longest running questions we've had is, can we see your amiibo collection? And it's an idea that I've been kind of holding off on for a while because I wanted to grow the collection a little more, and we never really had a good way of displaying it all at once, at least until now with this wall set up behind me. Now, I'm not going to boast and say this is like the largest amiibo collection or anything like that, mainly because I'm not actually trying to collect all of them as they're released, because that's way too daunting and insane for me. Instead, I really focus on just collecting kind of just specific ones based on what I really like. And there's really like kind of four main groups. First, I collect anything that is Fire Emblem or Zelda, because those are my two most favorite Nintendo franchises, and somewhat regrettably, after I made that decision, they've also turned out to be the two biggest series they keep pumping out a lot of amiibos for, proven by the fact that the whole bottom two rows here are nothing but Zelda. After that, I really only end up collecting amiibos either if they are some kind of third-party company where there's not a lot of little statues and stuff of them, and I just enjoy the fact that there's some kind of cool little figure. For instance, I got the Bayonetta and Cloud ones up there, Shovel Knight especially. And then the kind of last category is any amiibo where they kind of do something special or different or really cool. I think a great example of this is the Yarn Yoshi, where it's actually a knit little figure, which is so awesome. So with all these guys lined up, let's go ahead and take a look at some of my absolute favorites, starting with the Archer Link amiibo from Breath of the Wild. So I actually ranked all the Link amiibos a ways back, and this one was still my favorite back then, mainly because the attention to detail is so cool in this guy, and I really appreciate the fact that compared to a lot of other amiibos where a character is just standing somewhere or has some kind of regular stance, this one actually has a little bit of action going on, and instead of having just like a clear plastic stand or something to support it, they just tie in this kind of little dirt cloud behind him, which just looks so cool. This is just one of the best ones they've made. So moving on from him, we're going to stick with Zelda a little longer and talk about the Champion amiibos. All four of them really are super awesome, mainly because not only is it just a great variety of characters, but because it's one of the kind of later lines of amiibos that Nintendo started making, you can really start to tell the increase in quality with these, especially with someone like Daruk. There's just so much extra sculpting and detail that goes on with these amiibos versus other designs, just down to how his body is shaped, the details on the weapons, all the individual hairs going on. There's just so much attention on these ones that I just can't help but appreciate them. It's probably one of the best full sets of amiibos they've released. So moving on, let's talk about some other amiibo designs other than just ones from Zelda. This next one admittedly is a little more because I love the novelty of it and not the character or the specific design, but it's the Baby Metroid that was released as part of the Samus Returns remake on 3DS. I love this little guy, because like I said earlier, I really like any amiibo where they kind of do something a little special or a little different, and in this case, while Baby Metroid isn't exactly a big name character that I love, I can't get over the fact that they actually made this kind of squishy membrane for it. This little see-through clear part that has this plastic that gives, that is just such a great little detail. Now, next I want to take a moment to talk about what is probably one of the rarest amiibos I own, if not the rarest for sure, and that's the female Corrin from Super Smash Bros. So, near the end, the last set of Super Smash Bros. Amiibos they released all came in sets of 2, where there was kind of the main design, which was really easy to get, and they had player 2 costumes that were limited to specific retailers. This one in particular was only available on Amazon, and they sold out super fast, so I really lucked out grabbing this one. And kind of like with the Champion amiibos, one of the things I really love about it is you can just tell that this is kind of the stage where Nintendo started taking the amiibo designs a lot more seriously, and the amount of detail and sculpting, especially looking at the face compared to some of the older amiibo faces, it just looks so much better. And then going kind of in the opposite direction of all these ones is one of the less clearly defined amiibos that I own, but I love him so much, is up there in the top middle is my Shovel Knight amiibo. Like I was saying, I really like collecting any amiibos that don't have like traditional Nintendo stuff. There's not always a lot of figures of them. It's no secret that Shovel Knight was one of my absolute favorite indie games, and the moment they announced one that was going to be an actual amiibo, I just could not wait and I grabbed that guy immediately. I mean, just look at it, it's beautiful. So that's where I'm at right now with amiibos. Let me know down below in the comments what ones you guys have been collecting, what your favorites are, and I'll see you guys later.